Welcome to the Swirl to Investment News Network. News by and for the Swirl to Investment community. Hope you enjoy. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Um, just a quick show. Um, I'm working on my internet here, but I want to do this story. Okay. This was about a couple weeks ago that this actually happened. Um, but I want to talk about it. And we all know, when we talk about black femicide, some people say it's not a real thing, it's not happening. Okay, crimes are happening all over the place, but overwhelmingly, it happens percentage wise to black women than any other group of women. Okay. Um, but there was a mass shooting, or not a mass, yeah, in Memphis about a couple weeks ago. And I was going to do this story a while back, but I'm going to do it tonight. And, we'll talk about it. This is going to be a short live, a short news story. Okay. But anyway, without further ado, let me go ahead and get the. Well, I forgot to do the copyright. Dang it. Okay. This here's a copyright disclaimer. Okay, fair use, fair use. All right. If you need to read it, you can go back and read it, rewind and read it again. Okay. All right.
All right, let's take you back now to our team coverage of that killing spree across Memphis. Our team of reporters has been working all day trying to get new information about the victims and maybe most importantly, why this happened. Let's begin with Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson. He's in Parkway Village right now. Daniel, you've talked to a lot of people there, people who knew these women. Talk to us about what you've learned. And I think, as we said off the top, maybe the most important question here is why? What was the motive?
Hey, Daryl, good evening to you. I tell you, from friends to family members to neighbors, all those people that I spoke with, I got the notion that it really hasn't sunk in for them. It's hard to get your head around this many people murdered. Police say at the hands of one man. And as if that is not bad enough, it appears that the alleged shooter and all of the people killed, the person who was in the hospital tonight, they were all related. It's really all too much to comprehend.
Okay, this shooting, everybody is related. Okay, a lot of times crimes that happen are from people that we know. Okay, but this is all family related, and it's going to break your heart to even watch this. Okay, but this is happening all across America, and but anyway.
The pieces of a disturbing, heartbreaking puzzle are starting to come together. At the center of it, police say, is this man who they are calling the shooter, 52-year-old Mavis Christian. Police say he shot 5 people in his family, killing 4 of them. They say he shot and killed his sister Ruby Christian, Ruby's daughter Kamaria Christian, and Kamaria's daughter Tori Christian. Investigators say he also shot another one of Kamaria's daughters, a 15-year-old who is now in stable condition. Officers say Christian also shot and killed his ex-wife, who family members identify as Tawanda Barron. Sunday, we went to the second shooting scene on Warrington Road in Parkway Village. According to property records, it's owned by Ruby Christian, the suspect's sister, again, one of the 4 victims who police say Christian.
Okay, take a look. These are 4 black women that have been deleted by this one man. Okay, one was the one he's living with, or I guess his wife, and then his ex-wife, and the woman's children. It's not bad enough he takes out the woman he's with, but he also takes out 3 others. Why? For what?
Shot and killed.
Very, very nice lady. Couldn't ask for a better neighbor.
That's Tandy Biesinger talking about her friend and neighbor of many years, Ruby Christian. Biesinger, for now, has Ruby's dog, Money, who she says was inside the home when paramedics arrived.
That's when they circled around and came back up to Ruby's driveway there to her residence, and that's when I took off on foot running. I met the daughter. She was inside the house. No police were even on the scene yet. And I'm not quite sure. I know her daughter thought that her mother had slipped and fell, which was not the case. But we did not know that, it was their mother passing.
She says Ruby Christian had only briefly mentioned her brother.
She had made comments, not just me as a neighbor, but even to other neighbors as well. I'm not sure, what all that would lead to, or if he had ever made threats.
Police say once the shooter left Parkway Village, he went to a home on Howard Drive in Whitehaven. That's where they say he shot and killed yet another victim. Again, her family identifies that victim as Tawanda Barron. Fox 13 uncovered a 2018 court case which establishes Christian and Tawanda Barron were once married. Digging deeper, that 2018 court record paints the picture of yet another domestic dispute. Investigators say during an argument, Mavis Christian punched his ex-wife in the face several times to the point of her losing consciousness. It says when the couple's children, using a bat, tried to defend their mother, the suspect took the bat and used it to beat his ex-wife in the head. It says during the fight, the suspect even punched his own daughter in the face.
Wow. Talk about a domestic violence gone really bad. Okay. Not only did he take the lives of women he was married to, okay, but also their children. Okay. He took children's life because he felt some kind of way, because I guess the relationship didn't work. So, he has to take many lives. Okay. And he even took his sister's life. I mean, and one of his daughters, he punched in the face. And the sad thing is that one lady, broke it off with him, divorced him, got him out of her life, and he still came back and unalived her. This is 4 black women no longer walking the earth because one man is caught in his feelings. One man, I guess, has a broken heart, so he's just got to take everybody's life around him. But I could do a story like this every day. All I got to do is go on the news and look at the cases. And I'll find black women all over the place. Now, most men will not do this. Most men will not just unalive somebody because of a bad relationship. But from the news I see, from local news stations, seems like it happens every day. I mean, these women had their life taken away from them. It wasn't, it wasn't bad enough. He took the woman's life he had a bad relationship with, but he had to take people's lives around him. You got to take out her children too. And I wonder what is in this story. I wonder what really all went on. Was he having trouble getting a job? Were the women taking care of him? Or did he just snap and just lose it? Because no situation is worth taking a life. I don't care if you're in a divorce and it's don't go good. You get your heart broken, you move on. Now you got four beautiful black women that's it. Their life is gone. But anyway.
All right, we bring you back out live tonight to this second murder scene, the home of Ruby Christian. You're taking a live look at it tonight. Her neighbors here in the area, that neighbor who you heard from, B Singer, I tell you, it really shows you the value of good relationships and a good neighbor. She was telling me that earlier she was here with Christian's daughter, and they were helping her clean up that kitchen where she found her mother. We should also mention that, as you heard the neighbors say, she can't say enough about Ruby Christian. She says she was a hard worker. She says that she worked for Aspen Dental in Millington as a dental technician. Daryl, as we bring you back in, as I mentioned earlier, I tell you, as the holidays come around, we know it's a tough time for a lot of people. A lot of times there are tensions in the family. The hope is that everyone will remain calm and remember there are reactions for every action.
Absolutely, Daniel. That's a very good point, and I think it's important for everyone to know there are resources out there for domestic violence victims. If you've got a family member, if you yourself are a victim of domestic violence, don't hesitate. Call someone, call a friend, call a resource, call law enforcement. I mean, go to fox13memphis.com. We've got a whole resource guide there. That is Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson live tonight. Daniel, thank you. We'll see you later in the newscast.
Okay. Good news reporting from News 13 in Memphis. All right. This story, okay? These women had their lives taken away because the relationship went bad, okay? We all every human being gets in a relationship that don't work. We've all been there. We've all been hurt. We all got our feelings hurt, right? It's life. But I wonder, and I don't have all the information on this case, but the one lady was a dental hygienist, right? A good career, probably makes, she makes pretty good money. What did the guy do? That's what I want to know. And you might say, the evil deed is done. What does it matter what he did? Okay. But I think in a way it does. Okay. I mean, when you look at cases of domestic violence, a lot of times domestic violence comes from a place of economic status, maybe the women he was with were making the money. And now I'm speculating, I don't know. Okay. I'm guessing. Okay. Maybe they were the breadwinner. Maybe something happened where he wasn't making as much money. Or, because us as men, here's the thing. And I always talk about this. If the women we're with are outperforming us, making more money than us, being the breadwinner, most men don't feel good about it. Okay. Some will be like, oh, this is great. She's taking care of all the bills and I don't have to do nothing or not much. But we really don't feel like men if we're not leading, if we're not providing. Okay. And I'm not saying that that's not an excuse to take somebody's life, by no means. Okay. But I just wonder. And when we see these cases, ladies, you got to be very careful who you choose. Okay. And even women, we see stories where they break it off, they get help, they get to a safe place. And sometimes these guys come back and take their life. My advice to women, and this is all women of all races, you get with a man, you vet him, okay? Make sure he's a good man, but make sure he makes more money than you. He's more successful, or at least at the same level, okay? Because I've seen it where men feel a bit insecure because the women is outdoing them. A little bit of jealousy comes up. And a lot of times these guys will lash out at you because they're not as successful as you. They don't feel like a man. They're not going to say they don't feel like a man, but they don't. Okay? Most men aren't this crazy to just take out people. Okay? But they are out there. And right now in our society, Black women are the least protected, most disrespected. And we don't address this. We don't even talk about it. Maybe because we don't want to talk about who's doing this the most. Because some people would say, okay, well, white men do it too. And yes, they're right. And all should be held accountable. But when we look at Black femicide, where's it happening? Why is it happening? Is it jealousy? Is it economics? You know? And Black women need to be careful. And seriously, well, all women need to be careful, but Black women especially. Okay? And I'm going to say this. I know this is going to make people mad and upset, but I believe this. Black women are advancing so quick. They're getting their degrees, they're moving up in the corporate world, and then the men in their community many times are falling behind. Okay? And sometimes because Black women outnumber Black men so much, they have to settle for less. They have to date and marry down. Now, any group of men can do this to you. White, Black, Chinese, whatever. Okay? But you need to really vet. And I would say be willing to open up your options. If you want marriage, you want a relationship, you want to be at the same economic level as the man you're with. Okay? And people will say, well, it shouldn't be just about money and, good people are poor too. And yes. But here's the thing. Ladies, do you want to be with a man that don't have nothing, that's poor, that might be desperate, might have drug addictions, might be. Do you want to be with a man that can't provide for you, that you have to provide for him? Do you want to go 50-50 and see how that turns out? I mean, and I'm not saying don't go 50-50 or nothing. People are going to say, well, in the economy, some people can't, the man can't take care of everything. Then I would say, why not? Is he striving to get a good job before he gets married? Is he getting his education in order? Is he doing what needs to be done to compete? And I would say to women, if you're with a man that depends on you while you're dating, you need to get rid of him. If you go on a date and he don't pay, or you have to pull money out of your purse to make this date work, get rid of him. And then you got to see, if does he get jealous easy? Is he overprotected? Does he want to know where you're at all times and worried about you doing something and have trust issues? A lot of signs are there before these things happen. And a lot of these cases, a lot of these men are jealous of the women they're with. A lot of these men are unstable. Some of these men have been taken care of and they get with women and it don't work out no more and they don't know what to do. They lose their mind. But you know what's sad is we see these stories all the time and nobody calls it out. Some people talk about black femicide and some people talk about missing black women and girls. There's even legislation out there, floating around. They're creating laws because this is happening. Okay. Black femicide is real. And to ignore it and say, no, it's just propaganda, it's just a thing. And then news bias, and I got a video that I'll show you some other time that shows that black women and girls that come up missing don't get as much news coverage as like white girls and white women. They don't even get the same interest. And I guess people are in that segregated mindset. They only care about people that look like them. I guess that's why it happens. Or is there not money being made in the news agencies? I'm just saying. It's sad though. 4 black women and children just gone. And these young ladies are beautiful women. They're successful women. They're doing what they're supposed to do. But because they get with the wrong man, they got to pay the ultimate price because his feelings got hurt. I mean, really? That's true. More info about white missing women than black. Yes, it's true. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was equal coverage, but it's not. And it makes me wonder, do people even care? And I'm not just talking about white people that don't live in the black community. I'm talking about black people too. Do they care either? Because I don't see any outrage. I don't see when these things happen. I don't see people taking to the streets. I don't see Black Lives Matter going out there and say, "Hey, what's going on with black women and girls? We got to do something." No. Do these four young ladies get the golden casket that George Floyd got? And it's sad. White people don't care about it. Black people don't care either. It's like, oh, well, unless it happens to you and your family, that's when people care. They don't care that, okay, that's just life. All right. And if the news coverage, look, the news media could fix this right now. But would it be profitable? See, and I think that's a sad truth. Because if there was an outrage about black women and girls that were unalived by domestic violence or that were kidnapped and missing, if there was an outrage, it would get news coverage, but there's not. You'll see a mother, and maybe a father, if the father's there, maybe family members, brothers and sisters that are heartbroken. But other than that, I don't even see the community come together on this story. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I don't know. Maybe. And you know why these women didn't get a golden casket? Their families didn't get money and didn't get taken care of, but George Floyd did, and his family did. You know why? Outrage. People taking to the street, creating problems and havoc. But nobody's doing that for these black women and girls. Nobody's doing it. And why is that? Does it have to be a white cop and a black man for us to do something? I mean, these are four innocent women gone forever. But we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to bring that up. No. Because black femicide's not real. It's just made up crap that people just talk about just to do it. I guess this news team got together and say, hey, let's make a hoax, guys. I hear people on YouTube saying black femicide isn't true, saying it's not a thing. And you know what? If anybody deserves some money and compensation for this, I would say it would be the mothers and the family members. Could there be like donations for families that this happens to? They won't get a dime. The mother will just have a broken heart. The brothers and sisters will just have to live with it. And sadly, nobody cares. But anyway. Yeah. Sorry. But I just wanted to bring you this story. And there are many more like it. I could do a story every night if I wanted to. All I have to do is go to the news stations. You can search it through YouTube. You can Google it. You could go to all the major cities in America. And these stories are all over the place. Women being unalived because of a relationship that goes bad. Domestic violence. And did you know something else? Did you know the least amount of domestic violence that are reported are with black women? Did you know black women are the least to report domestic violence? Did you know that? And there's a video I'm going to show. I'll do it. I'm going to do a new story later on this week too when I get some time. But I'm going to show you some stats and how black women are not reporting domestic violence. And some don't because they love the man they're with. They forgive them over and over and over again. Or some are just so afraid that if they report it, they'll lose their life. There are black women tonight in America that are living in terror, living with a man that's a monster. And they know he's a monster. They know. And they fear for their life. They'll stay trapped in that relationship, afraid that they're going to lose their life. What's that? Chicago news station did a story about, desperate number but refuses. I got a video. I don't know if it's that same one. I got a video. I'm going to show it. I'm going to do a news story on that. And we're going to talk about it. But yeah, I seen a video, and these women were so afraid that if they reported it, they just knew the guy was going unalive. They just knew. So can you imagine living in that? The love is gone. He's just abusive. You don't know what to do. So it's like you're in prison. You're enslaved to this guy that's terrorizing you. Can you imagine that? I mean, that's got to be the most horrible thing to go through. And some of them got kids. And no woman on this earth should feel that way. And ladies, if you've ever been through that, I'm sorry. I don't know what it's like. I've never been in that situation. I can't even imagine being that terrified, that scared, feeling so helpless. They use guilt over fear of the police. Yeah. Because the perception is the police will, I guess, abuse these guys and don't want that to happen. So why should a woman go through the abuse? Plan and move in silence. Yeah, get out of there. And I would say if you're in an abusive relationship like that, leave town. leave the state, get as far away and change your identity. There are now there are um I've heard about, like, they have programs where women that are abused that can actually change their name, get a different identity, and move somewhere. Um, I've heard of women doing that, and I'm wondering, maybe the government should have like you know how they do with like FBI cases, like informants, people that inform on, the mafia, or criminals, or because they're in danger. So the government provides a relocation program, change their identity, change their name, they move somewhere else where they can be safe. How about if we had that for women, but make it to where women that are in a domestic violence situation, where they can get away, to where they can't be hunted down, because sometimes these nuts are so crazy. They'll get restraining orders, court orders, be arrested, and they'll still go after the women. And some of them end up getting unalive by these guys. U.S. doesn't care about women much. You know what? I hate to say it, but you're right. And you can't say they do, because we'd be doing more. Would we not? But anyway. But yeah, I mean, but when you see these news stories, ladies, be careful. Okay? A lot of these monsters, a lot of these guys start out being friendly, nice. They'll treat you well. But there's always signs. Always look for the signs. Yeah, there are cases. They won't put them in jail when assault is obvious and witnessed by the police. Yeah. Well, there's been cases where abused children were returned to their parents and end up, being unalived, where there's obvious abuse. That happens in domestic violence. So be very careful. Can you count on the police to come in and rescue you when the man's beating you? And when they do rescue you, how long is he going to be in jail? Can you get away? Or is he going to be released right away? And then mad at you that you turned him in after he beat you silly. I mean, anyway, this is sad, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that should never happen, but does. And the sad thing is, we're not protecting the women and little girls in our community, in our country. And black women, you get the worst of it, unfortunately. So you have to be twice as careful. And single mothers are at more danger just because you're a single mother. Men will prey on that. Men will take advantage of you because you're a single mother. They'll take advantage of you for your resources. And I'm talking about women that are struggling, women that are on Section 8 housing, that are single mothers, get food stamps. Men will hook up with women like that to get their resources and abuse them. And the crazy thing is, with all this domestic violence and crap going on, with missing black women and little girls, okay? With all that going on, the crazy thing is we're trying to get rid of our police. Yeah. I mean, I know there's corruption, but I mean, women need protection somewhere. But it's sad. And I see so many of these stories where these women are doing amazing things. I see where these women are nurses. Well, that one's a dental hygienist. I covered one story where the woman was a police officer in Chicago. One was, I think I covered one where she was an attorney, and a lot of these women are successful women that are thriving. And a lot of them are really beautiful women too that are successful, got everything going for them. And I think about that, and I'm like, why would these women that got everything going for them settle for a guy that's unhinged and dangerous? I mean, that they got to take care of. I mean, and not to say all men that are dependent on you are going to be violent like that. There could be a wealthy man that takes care of all the finances that can do this to you. Okay. Money don't, money's a tool. You need it for resources. You need it to eat. You need it for food, clothing, and shelter. But a lot of cases, men do desperate things when they feel desperate. Lack of resources, unstable, a little bit of jealousy, anger, outrage. Just saying. I and, and I believe that women are safer with men that are more on their economic level, that are more stable. What's that? I know some pimps that started a fake page on Facebook that was trying to get young black college girls into trafficking. Yeah, they're out there. But anyway, guys, this is a sad story. And don't just take it like, well, it happens, it's sad, Be careful. When they say you need to choose right. And I hate when guys tell black women, well, you should have chose better. That's why you ended up with that guy. You should have chose better. No, it's really us as men need to be better, do better. Um, but with that being said, try your best to choose the best you can. Okay? Look for the red flags, ladies. No matter how nice he is, no matter how attractive he is to you, he might do all the nice things, but always look for the red flags. Okay. Look for men that are jealous, insecure. Okay. Now, us as humans, at times we all have insecurities. Okay. We're human. But I'm talking about guys that want to know where you're at all times, that, overly control you. And I'm not saying like, oh, okay, you go to work, hey, and you haven't shown up a while, he checks on you, you okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about guys that are like, okay, where you go? I don't want you going there. You need to be here at this time. And they get so controlling. And in a relationship, if you don't have trust, do not be in that relationship. I'm talking to men and women. If you don't trust that person, get out. Because what you're going to end up doing is abusing that person. What you're going to end up doing is being so overbearing and untrusting that you're going to watch everything they do. And it's going to be hell on you because you're going to be, oh my God, where is she? Is she with somebody or is he with somebody? And people get like that because of infidelity and stuff. But, you got to have trust or a relationship don't work. It's not healthy to be on pins and needles. But anyway, that's just some signs. Okay. When I was in the army, I knew this guy that was so jealous of his wife, so insecure. She had to get away from him because he wouldn't let her work. He didn't want her going out of the house, afraid if she went to the store that some guy was going to look at her. Just crazy. And I don't know, maybe she did something to make him that way. I don't know the whole story. But if she did, he should have left because you can't have that insecurity. And insecurity can lead to violence. Okay. And most men are the violent ones, right? But women can get that way too and hurt you. Don't kid yourself. You don't want to be with somebody that's insecure and don't trust you. Okay. If you have those insecurities, get help, heal. Okay. Because the next guy, don't mean the next guy is going to be the same way as the one you're with or same woman. Okay. Because I believe that this case here, I believe there was something going on in that guy's head. I believe there was some insecurities. I believe he probably either the women didn't want him around no more, and it could have been that he was abusive. It could have been maybe he was unstable because maybe they were doing better than him, or I don't know. But usually people that snap like that, there's usually something going on early on. There's usually something wrong in the beginning. A lot of times they're controlling. A lot of times they're insecure. And I'm not saying we all get insecure at times. I'm not saying if he feels down, I'm talking about insecure to where he gets to controlling everything you do. That's what I'm talking about. Ego, yeah, that's a big one too. His ego, okay? And maybe he's used to these women, loving on him and telling him he's the greatest, telling him, calling him a king and all this. And maybe he's used to being taken care of. Maybe the women he is with took care of everything. Maybe he just had to pay a couple bills and help out. Maybe he got with a woman and said, no, you're going to do what you're supposed to do. And that could have led to problems. You don't want a man with a big ego. Okay. You want a confident man. Don't get me wrong. You want someone that's confident, a go-getter, right? But you don't want someone that thinks they're above everybody. You don't want that. You want a confident but humble guy. Does that make sense? Someone that's grounded, that can see things how they really are and can move forward, that has the confidence, like, yeah, I can do this. But don't think he's above everybody. Okay? Because men with big egos, when you don't satisfy that ego, sometimes they get irate, sometimes they lose it. And I've always said, with boys, I believe we need to raise our boys to be tough and to have humility. Okay? We need to teach them to be protectors, teach them to be providers at a young age. Let them know this is what you're supposed to do when you grow up. You go and marry a young lady, and you got to protect her. You got to provide for her. And you got to look at your son and say, son, if you cannot afford to have a wife, you do not deserve a wife. Okay? And that might sound bad, but true. It's true. Because if you really love the woman you're with, you will make it happen. Okay? If you truly love her, you will make it happen. It might take a little time, but you'll make it happen. And we need to be told this as little boys, and then we grow up to men. We got to understand that, hey, having a wife is a privilege. Having children is a privilege. Okay? It's a blessing, but it's a privilege. Okay? And we don't deserve that privilege. We got to earn it. If I can't afford to provide and protect a wife, I don't deserve one. It don't matter how good of a guy you are, how much love you have in your heart. If you can't provide and protect, you don't deserve her. Us as men need to be told that. You need to do more than pay an electric bill. You got to do more than coming in with half. And I'm telling you, and the men that aren't successful, that, they don't deserve it. And I don't mean to be mean. And I'm not saying you got to be rich, but you got to have a job. You got to be consistent. Because if you truly love her, you will provide for her. If you truly love your wife, you're going to provide. Whether you have to work 2, 3 jobs, whatever you got to do, you will do it. And ladies, if that man ain't doing that for you, he don't really love you. And I'm being honest. Okay, I'm going to drop the link real quick one more time if you want to come up. If not, I'm going to close this live. Oh, dang it. I almost left the site. Hold on. Let me put up there. Hey, if you guys have a question, put it in caps because I'm blind and the truth. Have you noticed that the ones are jealous are usually the ones having affairs? Yes. You know what? That's a good point. It's not always the truth, but a lot of times it is. Yeah, a lot of people that are jealous cheat. Okay? Because I think subconsciously, or in the back of their mind, they think because they're doing it, you're probably going to do it too. I think so because I've seen cases where people get real jealous, right? You come to find out they're the ones cheating. They want to know where you're at. They want to know what's going on because they're jealous. And a lot of them are cheating. Yeah. Do their husband's work. And that's the thing, ladies. You want a man that works. Okay. He don't have to be rich, but he's got to be consistent and he's got to make enough to provide you with food, clothing, and shelter. Okay. That's the minimum. Okay. If you really love your wife, you will do above and beyond because you want her to be happy, you know? And then you'll feel good as a man. And actually, that creates a safer environment because, you feel like a man because you're providing. The woman feels good. She feels like you love her because you work hard for her, you provide for her. And it should be that way. And I'm telling you, if I wish we had a system like Africa with the bride prize. I wish we had that. Where if you were interested in dating a woman, you're looking for a wife, and she accepts your hand in marriage, okay? I think you should have to go to the father and show that you have wealth. Show, okay? So the father knows you can take care of his daughter. I think that's a wonderful, great idea. I, you know what? And if you don't have no wealth, you need to leave because how can you take care of somebody if you don't have nothing? Is it the woman's responsibility? And the crazy thing is I think a lot of people think that. Your comments are not posting. I don't know what's going on. Are they? I don't know. Sometimes YouTube will pull down comments. Sometimes YouTube will and I don't know if it's like a system, if there's keywords that pull them down for review. I have that happen. And I've had really nice comments. People will say, well, hey, big love to you and Sandy or something really nice. And I'll go back to look at the comment because it's a nice comment, and it's gone. Like what? Why would that be removed? I know if it has some profanity, they might pull it down. Um, but I'm sorry, Gina. I don't know what's going on. Oh, you're getting too real. Yeah. If you put profanity or certain words, they will pull it down. They do. Um, but I've seen them pull down really nice comments too. I don't know. Maybe it's in the system. They go off keywords. I don't know. It's kind of weird sometimes, but yeah. But guys, I don't pull down comments unless it's something really hateful. Um, if you tell me, "Hey, Roadrunner, you suck," I'm probably going to remove it. Okay, or I'll save it and I don't know, talk about it. But or if you're attacking somebody in the chat saying real hateful stuff, I'll pull that now. Okay. Um, but other than that, I don't touch the comments. The trolls, their comments, I save them and use them later and then delete them. But your guys', I don't. You know. I mean, if the troll makes a good comment, I'll leave it. But usually they come in to either attack me, mostly the women in the channel. And here's the crazy thing. A lot of times these trolls come in, and sometimes if I lat them up, I have in the past, and it's weird. They'll be nice to me, and then they'll go for the women. They'll attack black women. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, but it does make sense trying to create havoc, because if you upset the women, if you make enough of them mad, you can destroy my channel, right? That's why they do it. It's an underhanded way to come in, be nice, like kind of in stealth mode, and then attack women a little bit. Try to do it to where you don't catch it and create problems. Yeah. But anyway, I'm getting a little tired. But guys, just think about this. And ladies, gentlemen, if you're a person of faith, just pray for them. The family is heartbroken. They are. I can't imagine what the mother goes through, seeing their children that's it. Because of a man's insecurities. Yeah. But it's sad. It's disturbing. But anyway, I don't like showing stories like this, but I kind of have to. I don't, I love more to show black women doing amazing things. I showed a story about two teenage girls that solved a math problem that wasn't solved in like 2,000 years, something crazy. It was neat though, seeing black women do amazing things. I like to show stories like that because, it makes you feel good, and I like seeing it. And, black women don't get the credit that they deserve. They really don't. And it's unfortunate and it's sad. I mean, if we really loved and respect black women like we should, I mean, the whole media would be praising black women. Everywhere you go, black women be praised. But anyway, that's how BMs are. They attack the weak, and they are punked to stand up to real men. Yeah. Well, that's what they do. That's a beta move. They come in, they be real nice to you, attack the women, and what's also crazy is I've seen them come in, and then you stand up to them, and then they'll ask black women for help. Like, you're going to stand for this white man? What the hell? You going listen to what he says? And then they'll try to attack black women, and then try to turn them on me. I've seen it. It's crazy. It's all a game, and but what's crazy? I think these guys are used to being taken care of. I think a lot of these beta males are used to women taking care of them, used to society taking care of them, and they just expect it. I've had fallouts with YouTubers, um, these black men that do not like the swirl to investment, don't like interracial relationships with black women, white men. Sometimes you get in a little beef and they'll tell me, well, what you need to do, and they tell me this, what you need to do. I had this dude tell me that what I need to do, get this, I need to go on my channel and check black women. Anytime they say anything negative about a black man, I should stick up for black men. I should stop it right there. I'm like, what? Like, I'm not supposed to let black women express what they've been through, or tell their story, or have compassion. I'm supposed to, and it's weird. It's like they expect me, that promotes interracial relationships with black women and white men, married to a black woman. They expect me to protect them. I kid you not. They tell me this. And then they'll say, I don't understand why Roadrunner's wife lets him talk about black men, why she allows them. Like, well, first of all, when I talk about black men, I bring facts, I bring stats. I don't just go attacking black men. That's stupid. There's a reason. Okay. I don't just attack people. And most of the time I say something, I've been attacked multiple times. Usually I'm not aggressive like that where I just see somebody and attack. I don't. It's mostly defensive. But it's crazy. It's like they expect me to protect black women or black men in my channel from black women and expect my wife to protect them from me. Does that make sense? But honestly, I'm told this. This is what they want from me. It makes no sense. I just and look, for me, I don't protect men. I don't coddle men. I don't do that. It just seems weak. Men are tough, right? We don't need to protect men. I have, and naturally, men have compassion for women. That's how we're wired. It just seems backwards when men expect women to, be for them, providing and protecting for them, competing for them. What happened? 5 dead, including suspect, and 2 officers wounded in Queen stabbing. What do you think, Brent, about this dust? I think it's awful. Did this just happen? Wow, I might look that up. Maybe I'll do a story on that. Gosh. I mean, things are real dusty out there. Wow. I'm gonna look up. Hey, I'm gonna look that up. If you have the news story, send it to me. Send me the link. If not, I'll find it. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna do a news story once a week. What do you think? Would you guys want a news story every week? And it won't be this type of thing all the time. I'm going to do it like I'll try to fit in once a week a news story. Uh, some will be positive too because I like good stories too. I like to see where black women are achieving nice things, their accomplishments. I love to point that out. But we got to talk about this black femicide thing. It is real. It's a real thing. Black women are losing their lives daily. Okay. Black women and little girls are missing daily. Okay. And we need to stop pretending that it's just something somebody came up with. It's a real thing. Okay. Statistically, black women are suffering more than any other group of women. Okay. They are. And we should protect all women, but we really need to emphasize protection for black women. And I think it stems from economics. I think it stems from the low marriage rates, the out of birth wedlock rates. Okay. And I blame men for this. Okay. You know, it increases every it increased to 4.5 hours. And how do you fix that? How do you is it the men these women are dating? Or is it just what is it? They say they don't believe it because they're the ones doing it. Yeah, that makes sense. It used to be 5.5, now 4.5. Well, here's my theory on it. I think it has a lot to do with women. I think it has a lot to do with the numbers of black women and black men. I think that's one thing. I think another thing is women are moving up economically. They're getting their education. And in many cases, black women are outpacing their men in their community, right? So I think that a lot of times the weight is on the black woman's shoulders. And I think the men get used to this. And I think they're raised that way. And then after time, when it don't work out like they think it should, I think they start having issues because they never really had to compete. It's like the black woman's competing for the black man. And not all, because some people say, "Oh, well, my family don't do that." And I got it. But statistically, you know, black women are getting the short end of the stick. And if black men are the majority abusing black men, what's that say? Maybe more black women need to date and marry out. Now, that don't mean the white man's going to be the savior and he can be evil too. But when we really dig down deep and we look at marriages, black women, I'm telling you, statistically, your marriage lasts longer with a white man than a black man. A lot longer. It's not even close. And the thing is in when white men marry black women, our marriage rates go up pretty drastically. And people say you should stay with your own kind, but why? And here's my thing. I don't think in that I don't think in that segregated mindset. I don't think that in that way I got to be with somebody that looks like me. To me, that is stupid. I need to be with somebody that loves me, that I can build with, you know? And I'm telling you, um, black women are the best option. So why would I not want that? I'm just saying. But see, I was told my whole life that I'm not supposed to think that way. I was told my whole life that I'm supposed to be with Becky because she looks like me, because we're in the same racial group. We share the same culture. And I've been told that it's natural for people to be attracted to somebody that looks like them. It's all a bunch of BS. Men and women are attracted to each other. That's how we're created. No matter the race or ethnicity. If you connect with somebody, you connect with them. And I found more beauty and more love from black women than any other group of women, hands down. And people say, well, you don't, you're a self-hater, you're attacking white women. And black men check me on this. Oh, you're trying to get black women or black men and white women, you're attacking them. No, I'm not. And be honest, I don't have problems with much people. And really, white women don't really give me any issues. They don't. I don't really talk about white women that much. I don't care. The only time I talk about it is when I'm trying to prove a point. Black men, on their other hand, they're the ones that have attacked me from the get-go on YouTube. They're the ones that call my wife a bad witch. They're the ones that, say hateful stuff about me, my wife, and kids. Now, not all, don't get me wrong. I don't want people thinking I'm saying they all do it to me. No. But most of the attacks I get come from black men. I'm telling you. Most of the hateful stuff. And why is that? Like, I don't get it. But they feel some kind of way. But anyway, and here's the thing, and they'll flip it on me like I'm hating on black men because I'm sticking up for myself or defending my wife. It's like I can't stand up for myself. I got to shut up because it's a black person issue. Even though my wife's black, I can't say nothing. But they can go in and attack me at will. And that makes sense. And I'm supposed to have a channel where if a black woman says something about a black man, I'm supposed to check her? What? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but this is the stuff I get told all the time. It's crazy. But oh well. It is what it is. Okay? Black women, white men, we're leading the way in marriage. We're leading the way in wealth when we get together too. And our children, our biracial children are outdoing other biracial children. And I'm not saying that we're better than you. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying we're putting in more work. We're making better decisions. So we're having a better outcome. And there's, and why should I be silent? Why should I not be proud of that fact that in my community here, we're leading the way? And when I say my community, I'm talking about black women and white men. We've decided to get out of our comfort zone, open up our options. and we found love, and we're doing something that's amazing. We should be proud of that. We should embrace it. Not act like it's not a thing. And look, I don't wish anybody to have a bad relationship. I don't. I want all marriages to work, regardless of the combination. I'm proud that I'm proud to be a bedouin. You know what? Somebody called my wife that. She's like, okay, and if that's what if that's what you call someone that loves their husband, okay. And here's the thing, and these beta dumplings out there spewing that stuff, they're starting to find out that black women don't care. They're done. And they go around complaining about divestment, but you created it. When you do not treat women right, they're not going to stick around. Why would they? 30 years of marriage. Yeah. We got 30 years of marriage. Well, we will in May. Okay. And they call my wife that. Like, really? You want to call, I mean, and then they call me a fetishizer. But yet, I've only been married to one woman. All my children I've had with my wife, one woman, me and my wife. The only people we've been married to is each other. Our children are both our children. I've been loyal and faithful to my wife. And if I was a fetishizer, that wouldn't have happened. My marriage wouldn't have lasted a year. Oh, 26. Congratulations. Nice. And you know what? Look, guys, our marriages last longer than everybody else's. It's not unusual for me to see someone that says, I've been married 15, 20 years, 30, 40. Our marriages are working. We should embrace that. We shouldn't be silent so we don't hurt somebody's feelings. Come on. But yeah, 25. Okay. And you know what? Whatever they say to me or my wife, what they can't take away from us is the true love we have. They can't take away the fact that we are successful, that we've been married several years. All three of our kids are college educated. We've been blessed. But you know what? We put in the work, me and my wife. It didn't just fall into our hands. We had to make it happen. Our kids are college educated because we had to, care about their schooling, make sure they're doing their homework, make sure they're studying. And many times we had to come out of pocket and pay for their school, their private schools, so they could have an excellent education. We had to pay for tutors so when they fell behind, they would get back in the mix. We were tough on our kids with school. We don't accept C's. And that's the mentality me and my wife had. You don't come home with C's. And it's A's and B's. And if you're making a B, you better be striving to make it an A. I want excellence. I don't want mediocrity. Okay, mediocrity hurt me with my education. I had to go back and take classes to get my reading level up, to get my education up, so I can actually go to college. But for me going through that, my kids will not be that way. They will be at the top of the top. That was my mentality. I don't want my kids struggling for nothing. And when you demand success, when they're little, they'll be successful. Especially for the boy. Yes. Especially for the boys, the bar's too low. Yes. That's why you get these beta dumplings, I call them. These are men that depend on women to make ends meet. These are guys that look to women to take care of them. These are guys that look to women to compete for them. And when you coddle them as little boys, they'll grow up to be beta men. Because you're raising them to be that way. I'm serious. And I've heard that black women, they tell me when they're little girls, they're expected to do this and that, and their brothers got away with stuff, and they were held to a higher standard. Well, it's probably why they're doing better. But, that's what I hear. I'm not saying this is it, because people are going to say, well, what do you know about the black community? What black women tell me? And even some black men will tell me that too. And observations I see. Don't let your boys excel only in sports. Yeah, well, sports is like 1 in a million, though. Yeah, to play professional sports. I mean, these guys are like the top of the top. I mean, if you raise your kids just on sports, it's probably not going to work. I mean, you might get one that's 1 in a million that it does work for them. But most of us have to get a job. Most of us have to, make a living. We have to do work. Most of us are not super athletes. Most of us are just everyday people. But, and some parents do that. Excel only in sports. Yeah. But anyway. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this live. Thank you for watching tonight. I did some schedule changes because I'm working super late now. I'm going to have Saturday night lives. They might be late lives depending on what's going on. Okay, I'm doing work out of town. I'm getting home late. Tonight I got home really late. I wanted to do a live. I was going to do a roasting. I got a surprise roast. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'll just make you guys wonder. But I was going to do a roasting. I haven't done that in a while. And it's a just roasting. I'm not just attacking people. My roasts are usually nice roasts. People say, man, you roast people politely. Yeah, I really do. I don't get all in the cussing and running them down. I just, tell it like it is. But I can't do a roasting show all the time because when people ain't messing with me, why am I going to roast them? I don't roast people that don't mess with me. So it has to be something where someone's going in on me to do it. But I want to have live shows Saturdays. They might be late shows for a little bit, okay, for a couple months. Till my work calms down. Prayer meetings are going to be on Sunday evenings again. Okay. I wanted to do it on Tuesday, but I just get home too late. And I don't want to keep people late. And when I do a prayer meeting, I want my message to be good. I want it to be the best I can make it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know we didn't enjoy the story. It was sad, but I'm glad you guys came here. I will be doing more news stories. I kind of got away from it for a little while. So I'll get more into that. Prayer meeting we're going to have every week. I do that. Sunday will be the next one. Saturday night will be a live roasting. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. But I'm gonna work every Saturday and Sunday. I'll do something, and then the week I'll do a little something. Due to my work schedule, I might do every now and then a pre-recorded live show. Okay. Now I don't like doing pre-recorded live shows, but to get the show out there, I might. Usually, if I'm going to do that, it's going to be like a news story or something. But I like to do lives in person because if people want to come up, I love the interaction. I love the the cohesion, talking and stuff. Before I forget, what did I put? Okay, I'm doing this contest. Okay, when me and Sandy did a live together, remember, you get the bag. I'm going to give you the bag. It's a contest, okay? And every time I come on, I'll throw a little something in there, into this gift bag. Hey, let me see. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, the gift bag. Okay. You guys need to take inventory because that's going to be on the question. Okay. If you win, I will send you this bag full of goodies. Okay. The inventory. Remember Bob Ross action figure? T-Boss from TLC. The Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody, Funkel. Okay. And then the next thing on the inventory, okay, is $30. Here's a 10. Okay, I'm going to drop that in there. A 20. All right. That's it. You guys keeping track of the inventory? Because you'll be asked the inventory. Okay, there can be only one winner. Okay. One winner gets the bag. I will announce the winner on my New Year's live stream. I will be doing the New Year's live news stream where we'll count down the hours till midnight. Celebrate the new year together. Okay. And I'm going to try to do it in all time zones, from Pacific to Eastern time. Okay? Eastern time will hit New Year's first, and then we'll go to Central, then Mountain, then Pacific. Okay? And at the end of the show, I'll announce the winner. Okay? I will have questions mid-December, probably before Christmas. And if I get a tie, I'll have to do more questions because I can only have one winner. Okay? But get the bag. I want to do this for you guys to show my appreciation. Okay? So remember, you want to win the bag? Let me bless you. Let me give you something to bless you. Okay? I talked to my wife Sandy, and the reaction I got, people love the ladies appreciation night. Okay? I'm going to do ladies appreciation night every 3 months, like every quarter. And every time I do ladies appreciation night, I will be doing giveaways. Okay? So usually what I do is I cash app you guys, give you a few bucks, just to show you love, to let you know I appreciate you. Me and my wife have been blessed, and we want to bless you. My mother-in-law always told me, she says, you've been blessed, you have a blessing. Bless somebody else. Okay? And I agree with that. Okay? I'm a Christian. I believe if God blesses me, I should bless others. Okay? And I love you guys. You guys have blessed me. You come up, you watch the videos, you support me. I appreciate it. I love you for it. Okay? And I don't take it for granted, because without you, this YouTube don't exist. So I feel I should be, pouring into you. I should be blessing you. Okay? But anyway, what kind of questions? The inventory of the bag. What's in the bag? So pay attention to the inventory. Okay, and I will be asking questions on stuff about the channel. Like I might ask you, when's me and Sandy's anniversary? When is that? May 19th, 1994. Okay? That's when me and Sandy got married. May 19th, 1994. Okay? It'll be questions that we talked about on this channel. So, and then the inventory of the bag, you got to know what's in it, right? Yeah. Hey, Alexander, what's going on? I stopped listening to hip hop because of the degeneracy in it. I stopped watching black movies because of struggle love, hypersexualization of black women. Yeah. And you know what? We need to stop as a society over sexualizing black women. Okay? We shouldn't over sexualize any woman. Sexuality is something that should be done in marriage between a husband and a wife. Okay? That's the place it needs to happen. Not on the movie screen, not with multiple people. Yeah. But I know where you're coming from, Alexander. I agree with that. That stuff does over sexualize black women. And I hate that. Because black women are not like that. Black women are amazing, they're beautiful. Black women are very intelligent. Black women are pretty reasonable, loving women. They really are. and black women are a blessing to us. Okay. And we need to embrace that and treat black women, like the beautiful women they are. And we're not doing that in society. Oh, your birthday's May 19th? Wow, that's awesome. Well, when we celebrate our anniversary, celebrate your birthday too. Yeah, May 19th. Yeah, that's who is it? Malcolm X's birthday too, I think. Yeah. um yeah, well, when we hit our 30 years, you'll be celebrating your birthday. Awesome. But anyway, guys, let me go ahead and go. I got to get some sleep for work. But I'm trying to come on more on YouTube, but I am strapped with work. I'm literally working out of town right now. I mean, the money's good, but I'm tired. I'd rather be doing YouTube videos. I'm telling you. But I got to make a living. That's what pays the bills. This here is what makes me happy. This is my passion, being with you guys. And like I said, you guys are a blessing. I love you guys. Let me bless you. And New Year's, it'll be fun. Okay. And just think, if you want to participate in this bag, where you want me to send it, don't put the address in the comment section. Email it to me and put it, you can have me send it to a P.O. box or one of your relatives. It don't matter if you win. Okay. But remember, when we do Ladies Appreciation Night, have your cash apps ready because I'm going to hit them up. Okay. It won't be a lot of money, but I'll give you a few dollars and just show you my love and appreciation for you. And my wife, she's into it. She says, "Yeah, let's do this every quarter." I'm like, "Yeah, every 3 months, that would be good." And then that way I can, and because I just want you guys to know I love you. I appreciate you guys. You know. But anyway, great live. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you guys Saturday night. Okay. Be ready for the roasting. We're going to make fun of one of these beta dumplings, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to roast like no tomorrow. I got my anyway, yeah. The roast is coming. Yeah. I'm excited. And you don't even know who it is, but you'll find out Saturday. Maybe I don't even know who it is yet, but we'll do it. Okay. Anyway, but they'll deserve it. I'm not going to go in on innocent people. I don't do that. But anyway, have a good night. And guys, thank you so much. On behalf of myself and my wife, Sandy, we love you and appreciate you. And you're a blessing to us. You really are. And I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good night. God bless you and your families. See you Saturday.